Monday, fresh facts emerged on how suspended Super Cop and former commander of the Intelligence Response Team, DCP Abba Kyari, as well as his deputy ACP Ubwa, allegedly received combined 4.2 billion naira in their separate bank accounts. The details are part of a report sent to the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, by the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency. According to the Drug Enforcement Agency, not less than 1.4 billion naira passed through Kyari's account while he was commander of the IRT. However, Kyari's deputy Ubwa received far more than him, as not less than 2.8 billion naira was traced to his 8 bank accounts. In 2019, the IRT, an elite crime busting squad led by the suspended officer, came under fire over its fraudulent takeover of multi-billion naira properties owned by Collins Ezenwa, a suspected kidnapper killed by the police the previous year. After conducting their separate investigations, the National Human Rights Commission and Amnesty International had accused Kyari's IRT of gross human rights abuses and illegal expropriation of suspected proceeds of crime. In a petition to Ibrahim Idris, the then Inspector General of Police, Amnesty International had said that the Kyari-led team had been maltreating Ezenwa's wife while depleting his assets, which included a 220 million naira hotel in Enugu and 8 apartments worth about 180 million naira. These were the properties that were identified as of the time the petition was sent to Idris on October 23rd, 2018, and they did not include a fleet of exotic vehicles that Ezenwa owned. According to Amnesty International, the alleged kidnapper was killed by the police special anti-robbery squad in Imo State, but in a desperate plot to have access to his properties, Kyari and his men had taken over the case. Damian Ugu, a researcher with Amnesty International, told Premium Times that the IRC started aiming for Ezenwa's properties immediately he was killed because of their unlimited powers in the police. They dubiously took over the case from the Imo State Command and started identifying possible assets of Mr. Ezenwa shortly after he was killed, Ugu said. They threw his wife and infant son out of some properties, including his hotel, and started collecting rent from them. More than a year later, they have not approached any court for an order to confiscate his properties. Our findings show that they were just collecting rent and putting the money in private accounts for their own use. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Well, Ezenwa's wife, who was 4 months pregnant when her husband was killed, gave birth on June 17, 2019 and was arrested less than 2 months after. She was whisked to Lagos by Kyari's men and detained for 2 weeks. Mrs. Ezenwa revealed that Kyari ordered her release on the grounds that she would turn in all the original documents of the properties. Ugu also received that several family members and associates of the deceased were also arrested and victimized in the process. Although Kyari denied allegations of victimizing the deceased wife, he claimed to have the right to confiscate her husband's properties. However, Abdul Mahmood, a Nigerian lawyer and convener of the Public Interest Lawyers League, debunked the claim. The lawyer said only the court could deprive a citizen of a disputed property. Do you know what they are doing? Do you know what these people who are in place of authority, what they are doing? If we are able, if we are opportune to know what has been happening, honestly, of course, what will Nigerians do? Nothing. We'll still talk because they will still use government instrumental instruments to suppress the people. I remember not quite long, I heard about this statement the woman came out and she was crying, lamenting this and that. But people just waved it off that that's okay, because people were like, looking at the circumstances that the husband died of. People just waved it because at the end of the day, no matter what you are going to say, nothing will happen. A lot of allegations before now, a lot of allegations against Kyari before now. So it is not a new thing. But what did they do? They wave it off. They wave it off. And meanwhile, his wife was fainting. How? And at the end of the day, they just told us that the woman's wife, this man's property that they were seizing, this is the one. Nobody judged his case. They just killed him so that nothing will happen, because that will be the end. No court judged his case. No court sentenced him. Even after his death, his property was not properly handed over to the government or to the court or to report. No, they were collecting salaries. They were collecting all manner of things. See, all these politicians that we are seeing, like all this revelation by the NDLA, by the investigation and all of that, if not that things water don't pass Gary, they will not do it. Not that they don't have means of investigating. Just like one of the Navy Commodore Olakunle or so, when he talked about all these terrorists and what have you, that the DSS, they have all this information, but they will never release it. They are looking for sponsors of Boko Haram. You think they don't know? Of course, they have even come out to say that they know them, but the political will now to release their names and prosecute them is the problem. And Malami is spewing rubbish here, every now and then, telling us that Kyari did not when it comes to issue of money laundering, that he was not faulty. So what are all these allegations all about? They are just covering a lot of things, covering themselves. This matter has been talked about before now, but they covered it up. Well, I've always said that our police are more crooks than the criminals they are chasing. The real criminals are the cops. Yeah. Hush Puppy, they learn for where Abba Kyari. In fact, he is the real commander-in-chief of Yahoo. And people are telling us, they are not telling us that the two of them were not close, that they didn't have anything together, that Hush Puppy was trying to tarnish his image. Is there any crime left that Abba Kyari has not committed? He's into drugs, into Yahoo, into money laundering, now not into illegal, taking over people's properties. I remove headdress for you. No sinner will go unpunished. Let him face the consequences of his foolish actions as he enjoys his payback period. Not only Abba Kyari, but some top security personnel. Abba Kyari is only unfortunate. The network of Nigeria security is completely zero. This is a syndicate. Abba Kyari couldn't have acted alone. The system is corrupt. This man is truly a graduated thief. Indeed, he will never go unpunished in his life. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?